Hello there everyone, Shibby here. Hope everyone out there is doing well and came back once again with some more Pokemon trading card game pocket. Today's video, I feel like trying out another Charizard deck, but this time I'm going to try pairing both versions of Charizard together. So I'll be running your Genetic Apex Charizard and the new Shiny EX Charizard and just kind of seeing how well they work together. I'll be running this in your typical Charizard deck. We'll be running this alongside Moltres and Arcanine. This is just to see if they pair well together at all, or see if it's just better to run two of each, or see who's the better Charizard. We'll find that out as we move along here. But in case you're curious, I will have the entire deck list in the description of the video below, should you want to try this deck out for yourself, or simply improve upon it, and I'll try to go over the general game plan for this deck as we find some matches. But yeah, that's enough of me rambling. Let's go find our first game. Alrighty, looks like I found my first opponent here, and we have the good fortune of going second, which is always good with Charizard. And I see two Arcanine, no Charizard, and a Charmeleon, and no other way to draw. So that's unfortunate that we didn't really hit into anything, but we're going up against a grass deck, so at the very least we do have the type advantage here. But we don't want our Charmander getting beat up too much, especially while we're trying to wait around to get built into Charizard. Now, I don't know if this is going to be a good idea or not, considering that both Charizards are, while powerhouses are both very different. The new Shiny Charizard has the ability to where it can, where you're not relying on Moltres and can attach energy to itself. Whereas the old school Genetic Apex Charizard, well, old school's not been out that long, but the the original EX Charizard, it is completely dependent on really of getting it boosted up by Moltres, and it loses energy when it attacks, where the new Charizard does not. But I wanted to try one of each just because the older Charizard, it does hit harder. It does 200 and can KO, one-shot KO any Pokemon in the game. But the other one, again, it is good because it can provide its own energy and it doesn't lose energy when it attacks. So I thought maybe pairing them together would be good. But as with any Charizard deck, if you're not familiar with it at all, typically you want to start out with Moltres in your active spot, because Moltres is your engine and it does power up your Pokemon that you ideally have on the bench. But unfortunately, I did not hit into it. And Growlithe and Arcanine are just here because they can get typically started faster than Charizard, or at least faster than the heavy hitter Charizard. But we'll try to make do with what we got here. If I can draw into the shiny Charizard, then we'll be good. And I know the Charizard I have, like art-wise, looks the same. I'm just calling it a shiny Charizard just because it comes in the shiny pack. But there is a shiny version of it, as they just now recently added shiny Pokemon to the game. So there is that variant. So we're getting beat up by Delmise here. Alright, we do get a Poké Ball, which is nice. Show me Moltres. Alright, we get another Charmander, which is not bad, but also not ideal. I would have also liked Charizard here. Since I don't have a Charizard in hand, I'm going to start building up Arcanine, just so we can have that ready to go as an emergency. I'm going to take out Delmise here. Okay, so we got a little bit of a head start on them here. I imagine they're going to bring in Executor, since it can tank a little bit more hits than Snivy. And they do want to run the probably build up there into their superior, so grass energy counts as double. Now, I could forcibly tag it in, but the caveat is I can't KO it, which is not good. All right, well, we get another Poké Ball, but no sign of Charizard yet, unfortunately. And we do get our Moltres here. Place this bad boy on the bench. Now, if they get Superior going, I will lose this Charizard to Executor, or Charmeleon to Executor, because it'll do 80 damage. So I guess what I'll do is I'll be a pain in the ass and make them waste resources. Because they'll bring this in because it will survive. But even with the power up, they have to spend a resource to get it out, which will give us time to tag out into Arcanine and one-shot the Executor, removing the threat. Now, if they have a Leaf, this completely undoes my plan. But we're going to hope they don't have that. And since they played the energy into Superior, they still have to waste a resource here. Now, I still will lose Charmeleon here because they can attack. which does kind of screw me, but we do have this Arcanine back here that is lurking and will be ready this turn. So we will one-shot the Executor. Okay. And we have Leaf now, which is good, so we can get... And they conceded. Okay, I think they kind of saw the writing on the wall here. I think we probably were going to sweep with Arcanine there, but there's no guarantees in anything. But yeah, I guess that really wasn't a good display of Charizard, so to speak, or see which one's better. But it was a good display of the new Charmeleon, which I do like better than the other one, just because you can get it going and attack faster. But yeah, I guess this was more of an Arcanine battle, but I'll take it. But a good game to that opponent. I'll be back when I find my next match. Alrighty, looks like I found my next opponent here, and we get lucky enough to go second again. Good, good, good. But less good, no Moltres again. The game really doesn't want to give me Moltres at all, does it? And please don't tell me we're playing a water deck. Okay, we're going up against a fighting deck, so this could be bad if they're running Lucario. Which, if you're playing a fighting deck, I don't know why you're not running Lucario, since it makes any fighting deck hit harder and instantly better. Okay, well, we get Charmander, which is good. And we have our whole Charmander line, or Charizard line in our hand. And we do have another Growlithe. So I'm left with a choice. Either build into Arcanine or build into Charizard. I think we know which route I'm going to go. So we're going to build into our... Please let me set the energy. Build into our Charizard since we got... No, wait. I know, I forgot. I looked at the art for a second and forgot which Charizard that was. It was actually a bad decision since this Charizard can't build its own energy. I looked down for a brief second and thought that was the other one because I'm a moron. All right, that might have kind of screwed me there a little bit. All right, but we do have Leaf, which is good. All right, well, we're going to evolve this Growlithe into Arcanine since it's not hurt. We're going to energy into this Charmander to build. And get our Charmeleon out here. And we're just going to sit here and hope they don't have Machoke. And also hope that I draw into my other Charizard. Now, this is the downside, having this Charizard. Strictly because, again, it can't help itself. So we do lose the energy there. We're going to have no choice but to bring in this Charmeleon. Now, thankfully, we can't attack next turn, which is good. All right, now this is either going to be another Charmander or Moltres. And we do get Moltres, but this might be a case of too little, too late, unfortunately. Now, we got to evolve here, should they have Machamp. And we'll go ahead and do Slash, do a solid 60. And now the ball's in their court. Now we can one-shot a Machoke. Or Machamp, excuse me. Well, this Charizard can one-shot anything in the game, so we're not really worried about what they play. But they have a bench Pokemon that complicates things, and they conceded. Okay, they must have brick severely bad. Which I misplayed, so I guess that kind of works out because if they would have had their Machamp, it would have been very hard to win there. But good game to that opponent, and I'll try to play smarter in my next batch. I'll be back when I find my next game. Alrighty, looks like I found my next opponent here, and we have good fortune three games in a row of getting to go second. But no Moltres. Come on, the game really doesn't want to give me Moltres at all. Alright, well, we got Charmander and Growlithe in the hand, so I guess I'm going to take Growlithe as our tank and let Charmander chill here on the bench. And they are running a fighting deck with Flamigo and a Rowloo. I do wonder which version of Lucario they're running, because there is I forget if it's Space-Time, the Space-Time pack that had Lucario that boosts your bench, but there's also a new EX Lucario that I've only seen and not sure what it does. Okay, now we have our whole Charizard line, and I have the Charizard that I thought I had in the last game. All right, we get another Growlithe here, and we do have Leaf, so we don't have to spend any energy to get Growlithe out. it can more or less be our tank, and it will be. All right, well, let's get Charmander. I've already put energy into him. I can do nothing else, so we will pass here. So what's Flamigo do? So flip 2 coins. This attack does 50 damage for each heads. Okay. So 2 heads KOs us. Good to know. All right, so we get another Charmeleon. All signs point to Charizard. All right, now I'm hoping, probably against hope, to draw a Charizard or a Sabrina here, so I can forcibly bring in either that Rylu or Lucario. And they are running Lucario EX, so we can one-shot it with our Charizard, which is good. We're going to build it up. So it does 30 damage to one of our bench Pokemon as well. So we got 2 leaves and now Sabrina. Not what you want here, but it's what we got. I'm going to leave this Growlithe in for as long as I can, because if I don't have to waste a turn on Stoke, then we're okay. So yeah, Growlithe will continue to be our shield, and they have to. They're at least 2 turns away from being able to do anything, unless they have a leaf for an X speed. There's the leaf. Now imagine they're going to tag in Lucario here, of course, and then do the 30 damage to Charizard. I am correct here. Now this this puts me in a bad way now, because I'm still 2 energy away from being able to even attack with Charizard. So because of that, I'm bringing Growlithe in as a shield, unless they can forcibly make me bring Charizard in. So I'm going to put energy into this Charizard. We're going to Oak it up. Get another Professor Oak, get a Poké Ball. And we're out of Growlithe, so this either be another Charmander or Moltres. We get another Charmander. Put that on our bench here. And in our turn. And then next turn, we will Sabrina out. Or not Sabrina out. I was going to say Leaf out, but it's not like Growlithe is going to survive this hit. Now, do they have a Cyrus here? Alright, they do not, but they're going to pop Charmander here. Which, thankfully we don't lose because of that. Because I do have a Charmeleon shield in the back. And we get our other Charizard, which is also very good. But still no sign of Moltres, it's just kind of hiding back here. Alright, now this Charizard is ready to go. I'm going to play Oak. Then we get a Sabrina and an Arcanine. Which Arcanine is a dead card now. But we're going to pop this Lucario. That will hold on by a thread now. Now the real question is, can this Machoke kill me? Okay, no. Machamp can though, which is a problem. Like I said, Machamp can though, which is a problem. And he's just gonna Sabrina in my Charmeleon and go for game. All right. Well, unfortunately, we did not get our chance to build. Really, I probably should have committed to playing Charizard a little bit earlier, but you live, you learn. But good game to the opponent. I'll be back with one more match. Alrighty, looks like I found my final opponent here, and of course, the luck was going to come to an end at some point, as we have to go first. But I did at least start with Moltres and a Charmander this time, and we do have our whole Charizard line, which is good if I'm allowed to play Charmander. Now, this would have been better on a second turn, as Moltres is now going to get hit one time. But thankfully, they are playing Marshadow, or I got stuck with Marshadow first, so they can't really do much anything here either, because they don't want You don't want Marshadow in your active spot to start the game, because that kind of is counterproductive to what it's actually meant for. Okay, they're going to play Pokemon Communication. All right, what are you running Marshadow with? This another Lucario deck. A champ deck, it could be anything. It is a Lucario deck. Okay, well, if we get some coin tosses to go our way, we can get started fairly quickly here. All right, so we're going to evolve our Charmander to Charmeleon. Play our Fire Energy into Moltres. Oak it up and live a little here. Get an Arcanine and a Growlithe. So that could potentially make things interesting. If the game unfreezes and lets me play this Growlithe. Now, if I get 3 heads here, we're probably leaning more towards Arcanine because we get that going faster. But the coin toss gods will dictate what I do. There's 1. There's 2. All right, 2 ain't bad. So I think I'm going to we're going to go Arcanine this go around. So we have a Leaf in hand, and I can attack next turn to take out this Marshadow. Getting rid of that threat. I would more like to get rid of that Railu to eliminate Lucario, but I will take what I can get. Now they're going to retreat or stand. I mean, they'll probably stand because they don't want Lucario to take damage here, do they? Alright, they're going to oak it up. Now that is that stupid dinosaur that does 130 damage for 1 energy, so I want to get rid of that Skull Fossil card if I can. He's going to take a pot shot on Moltres. And we get another Arcanine, so the decision gets easier all the time. Alright, we evolve an Arcanine here. I don't know why this is lagging out so bad. Alright. And we level up even further with our Charizard. And we leaf it up so we don't have to waste an energy getting Moltres out. You know, if anything, the lag is just a suspense, I guess. Alright, we bring in Arcanine. Get an energy into said Arcanine here. And we take out Marshadow. Now, as of now, there's nothing on the bench that can attack me, which is also a good thing. Now they're gonna either have to bring in Railu or Lucario. What will they opt to do here? They're willing to sacrifice the fossil. And I'm gonna get hit for 70, but you still have nothing on the bench that can attack me straight up. I mean, still not the worst thing in the world. Yeah, Moltres is going to get hit for 70, but it's not going to take Moltres out. Alright, we're going to play Poké Ball. And we get another Charmander here, which is okay. Now I got to put this fire energy into Moltres. And we're going to run. And we're going to prevent that thing from getting even scarier. Now again, he could have another Cyrus, but if he puts Lucario in the active spot, he can't attack my Moltres. Only Railu can attack me right now. If he evolves it, he can't attack again, but the 2 points will not net him a win. Yep. There was he was kind of put it in an unwinnable position there. But that's good for me, I guess. But good game to that opponent. I guess this deck proved to be successful in its own way. I don't know if Charizard really did that much. I feel like this was all Arcanine, which is what Arcanine's here for while we build. But you know what? That's okay. I guess it proves that at least a variant of Charizard and Arcanine will still work, I suppose. But yeah, I'm gonna try to probably mess around with some more Charizard decks. Just I'm in a Charizard mood now that there's a new shiny toy to play with. But we'll see what I can come up with. Probably some ideas will be better than others for sure. Not that this was a spectacularly like out there idea. I'm sure everybody might try one one of these Charizard in a deck. But yeah. All right. Well, that's enough of me rambling. If you made this far in the video, I do thank you for watching. As always, feel free to leave me any suggestions on how I could run a different Charizard deck. That's not the status quo, I suppose. But again, thank you for watching. Like, subscribe if you like it, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.